Cassava, sometimes called yucca or manioc, has powered communities for centuries. It's the staple on countless dinner plates across Africa, South America, and Asia. Imagine walking through rows of lush green leaves that shimmer under the sun, each root beneath the earth promising prosperity. But cassava farming is more than just putting stems in the ground and waiting. It's about knowing when to plant, how to nurture, and what secrets the soil holds for a bountiful harvest. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or dreaming of starting your own agricultural venture, understanding cassava, the world's fifth most important food crop, could be your ticket to success. Let's dive into the ultimate cassava farming guide, step by step. We'll uncover every critical phase, from choosing the right variety to reaping a harvest that will make your neighbors envious and your profits soar. Cassava is a hardy perennial that thrives in tropical climates. It withstands poor soils where other crops might fail and has a resilience to drought that makes it a lifesaver in uncertain weather. But to harness its full potential, the process starts before you even set foot in your field. Right from the crop selection, there are two main types of cassava, sweet and bitter. Sweet cassava is preferred for direct consumption, while bitter cassava typically needs processing to remove traces of a compound called cyanogenic glycosides, which can be harmful if not treated. Your choice will depend on your local market and intended use. For higher yields and disease resistance, always select improved, locally adapted varieties. Visit reputable agricultural institutes or consult experienced farmers to obtain healthy stem cuttings. Remember, the quality of your planting material can set the tone for your entire crop. Site selection is the next critical choice. Cassava thrives best in sandy loam or well-drained soils with a neutral pH. Waterlogged clay soils stifle root development and depress yields. Clear any trees or bushes, remove stumps and rocks, and test your soil for nutrients and pH. You might want to incorporate organic matter such as compost or farmyard manure, benefiting both soil fertility and structure. Land preparation should commence with plowing and harrowing. Done properly, this loosens the topsoil, improves aeration, and helps roots grow deep and robust. Make ridges about 1 meter apart. If your plot is on a slope, arrange the ridges across the hill, not down. This simple step minimizes soil erosion and preserves precious topsoil nutrients. Cassava is propagated by planting stem cuttings, typically 20 to 25 centimeters in length. These need to be healthy, disease-free, and taken from mature, vigorous plants, ideally 10 to 12 months old. Use a sharp machete or pruners and cut at an angle to help roots emerge quickly. Lay the cuttings horizontally and bury 2/3 of the stem in the soil, with 1/3 exposed. For machine planting or larger farms, vertical or slanting placements can work too, but horizontal burying often yields the strongest root systems. Cassava is usually planted at the beginning of the rainy season, ensuring steady soil moisture for quick root development. The ideal spacing is about 1 meter between rows and 1 meter between standpoints within a row. This provides enough room for each plant to flourish and allows sunlight to reach every leaf. Overcrowding leads to competition, weakens plants, and reduces yields, while wider spacing wastes valuable field area. Fertilizing cassava isn't always necessary, especially in virgin soils, but repeated cropping or poor soils can lead to deficiencies. Before planting, apply a basal dose of phosphorus, either as single superphosphate or through organic alternatives like bone meal. Top dress with nitrogen and potassium about 8 weeks after planting, targeting plant roots but avoiding contact with the stem to prevent rot. If you're unsure about the nutrient status of your field, consult your local agricultural extension office for soil testing and tailored recommendations. Early weed control is essential. Weeds compete aggressively with young cassava, stunting growth. Hand weeding or hoeing is best within the first 3 months. 2 to 3 sessions usually keep weeds under control. Alternatively, mulching with crop residues or grass suppresses weeds naturally and retains soil moisture, an added advantage in dry weather. Pests and diseases are ever-present threats. Common cassava pests include cassava green mites, mealybugs, and variegated grasshoppers. Diseases like cassava mosaic virus or cassava brown streak can devastate fields with sickly or stunted plants. Vigilance and prompt action are your best defense. Use resistant varieties, practice crop rotation, and eliminate infected plant material. Natural predators like ladybugs can help keep pest populations in check. Avoid over-reliance on chemical pesticides, which can harm beneficial organisms and lead to resistance. Water management is crucial, especially during prolonged dry spells. While cassava is drought-tolerant, regular moisture ensures rapid and even root development. If you have access to irrigation, occasional watering during critical growth periods can boost yields immensely. Remember not to overwater, as soggy soils are the enemy of healthy tubers. Once you've done everything right, the long wait begins. Cassava usually takes 9 to 12 months to reach full maturity, though some improved varieties can be ready at 6 to 7 months. The leaves start yellowing and falling, a clear signal that harvest time approaches. Harvest too early and starch content will be low. Too late, and roots become woody or start rotting in the ground. Harvesting is straightforward, but should be done with care. Loosen the soil around each plant with a hoe or fork, then pull up by the base of the stem. Work gently to avoid breaking or damaging the tubers. Shake off excess soil and process or market the cassava as soon as possible. Fresh roots don't store well and can begin to deteriorate within 72 hours. Marketing your cassava depends on your local demand and processing options. You can sell fresh root tubers to traders, food processors, or local markets. Alternatively, convert your harvest into high-value products, gari, fufu, tapioca, or starch. Adding value often brings higher profits and reduces losses from spoilage. For sustainable cassava farming, rotate crops whenever possible. This helps prevent soil nutrient depletion, discourages pest buildup, and breaks disease cycles. Beans, maize, or vegetables make excellent rotation partners. To recap, here's your complete strategy for maximizing cassava yields. Always start with healthy stem cuttings of high-yielding varieties. Prepare your field with care. Plant at the right time and spacing. Manage weeds, pests, and diseases diligently. Fertilize and water thoughtfully, and harvest when your crop is at its best. Cassava farming is more than a tradition, it's an opportunity. With the right knowledge and commitment, it can be an income-generating powerhouse for your family and community. Each step you take, every ridge, each weed pulled, every plant you nurture, brings you closer to the reward. Now it's your turn to put down roots and let cassava change your future.